Moving on to other news, Syrian government forces make fresh gains in their operations against foreign-backed insurgents. Army soldiers have seized control of the militants' last major stronghold in Yabrud. The Syrian army is now preparing for an offensive against last held areas by the militants in the Qalamun Mountains, which are located on the Lebanese border. The security source in Damascus says the army will launch operations south and northwest of Yabrud. The development comes after Syrian troops took full control of the strategic town, severing the militants' important supply lines. The Syrian army had the backing of fighters from the Lebanese Hezbollah movement. The advance in Yabrud is considered a major gain for the Syrian army, which has been engaged in a fierce war against foreign-backed insurgents for 3 years.
The road to Yabrud is different now. No more snipers nor explosive devices. The drive is smooth and everyone is relaxed.
We're standing at the main square of Yabrud city after the Syrian army has just announced full control over the city. Behind me you can see the main square of the city with the Syrian opposition flags still there, and Yabrud municipality building is also behind me. By this, the Syrian army ends months of fighting over the control of Yabrud and months of fighting in the Battle of Qalamun. That seems that the Syrian army has won this battle so far.
Sunday's achievement for the Syrian army marks the end of their months-long fighting to take control of the major city in the strategic Qalamun region.
Yabrud is now completely under our control, and we managed to retake it after fierce clashes that lasted for over a month. But it seems that once we destroyed their first line of defense in the city, they ran away.
The liberation of Yabrud from foreign-backed insurgents is yet another gain by the Syrian government in the past months. The insurgents have now lost a key position for their operations in Damascus countryside and a main route for supplies coming in from Lebanon.
From here, it will be easier to secure the international highway between the capital and central Syria, and from here we can mount attacks on the remaining few towns which are under the terrorist control, like Rankus. This is a success, as it was a well-planned attack which minimized human casualties and urban destruction.
The Syrian army, backed by fighters from the Lebanese movement Hezbollah, managed to push back insurgents out of Yabrud, who are now in 2 small towns in al-Qalamun region. Future operations by the Syrian army are expected to eliminate insurgents from these areas. Ala Ibrahim, Press TV.